All right, so welcome back to my channel. A lot has happened since my last vlog for my pro debut. And if you guys wanted to hear more about that, you can always check out the pro chat. I went over it a little bit. I'm not going to dig too deep into what had happened. However, I have now moved to coaching myself again. That's not the first time I've ever coached myself. It's actually how I started my journey in the first place back in 2011. And I have done about 75% of my competition career self-coaching. So I did hire a nutrition coach for last season for fit models since it was a new division and I wanted to have a second set of eyes to kind of figure out what we needed to do. I'm grateful for having that assistance or that second set of eyes for the nutrition component. I was able to still, keep my autonomy and do my own training and posing and still feel like I had some type of self-coaching concept. And then also I was able to give some of my input in regards to the nutrition part. And, I was still picking my own foods and doing a lot of my own things. However, wasn't happy with the peaking process for more than one show. And the most recent was the pro debut, which really did not go well at all. And when I look at my data, the whole reason why I really wanted assistance was for the peaking, because peak weeks can get tricky. It's really hard to see yourself clearly. So I figured, you know what, I need a coach to kind of be my second set of eyes. Justin, my husband, was in contest prep last season, and I wasn't going to put it on him to be my second set of eyes while he was bodybuilding. So that was also one of the reasons we did 2024 together, my comeback season. I took 7 years off and we had our daughter and I was turning 40 and there was a show locally, St. Pete Pro. It was in an inaugural year. And that's when I decided, hey, I'm going to do NPC bikini again, after coming from a different federation. And obviously it went really well. My first show this season for bikini, I self-coached and got 2 second places just coming out of the box like that. And then the St. Pete show, I got 3 first places. So I feel confident with what I'm able to do. And my husband was my second set of eyes. But, working through last season and having someone to kind of just communicate with, I've gotten even more confident with my abilities to see things, especially when I was able to recognize things and speak up about them. Although they may have not always been addressed by that coach, I can look back and know that that was a correct assessment on my part. So I was able to move forward from that. And once again, I'm grateful for all of that support, but I'm extremely happy with my decision to move forward in self-coaching again. I just feel like I want to bring something different to the stage and I know what I'm capable of bringing in regards to tightness and not looking watery on stage, and just, feeling better. I was kind of concerned that last season and this season I was having continuous aches and pains and I felt like something was off. So I've made some changes and I've been feeling fantastic. And these changes are specific to me and I feel so much better. I changed up my macro split and I changed up certain things I was consuming and making sure that my electrolytes are better. There's just a lot that went into fine-tuning me feeling better. And then the deficit wasn't anything much bigger than where I was. I believe I was at a similar calorie range. And the change is the macro split and, like I said, some of the other things that I had mentioned and that were not really maybe addressed. So anyway, feeling so much better and excited for the self-coaching journey. If you guys follow me on Instagram, more of it is there. But it's been hard to keep up with content. I'm not going to lie. It's been really difficult for me to do the YouTube on top of this transition. And also, it was just a process, right? Coming off the pro debut, even leading into the pro show, I really don't have any content. I have some content I'll share here because I think it's valuable. But after that, I actually stopped recording. I just did not feel like myself. It's not enough for me to like cry and get upset about, but I am emotional like a little bit about it, where I just didn't feel good. I wasn't sick. I just didn't feel like myself. And I knew there was something wrong. I looked awful on Friday and it just rolled into Saturday. And then my body just could not consume any more carbohydrates. And it had nowhere else to exit except through my skin on stage, which is so embarrassing. So anyway, I'm grateful for the experience and I'm grateful for, what I went through, but I do not have content. I barely even got content on my glam, which I absolutely loved. But, even looking at the glam content is when I was like, wow, I was spilled over before that. And then I like pulled back more pictures. And when I had said I spilled over, that spillage was noted beforehand. Either way, it doesn't matter. But I don't have content. And, I try to enjoy the experiences without having my camera. So that is part of it. So I'll put some clips in here. I think it's a good episode to do that so you guys can see, whatever I did grab. But I didn't get anything beyond that. I also was rushing to get on stage. I felt very calm, but I was already spilled over before that. It wasn't stress response. I was spilled over. I was soft. My husband said I looked like that before I left the hair and makeup. Anyway, I didn't get much hair and makeup pictures. I didn't get much suit pictures. I really want to prioritize that this time when I do Pittsburgh, because there's a lot that I want to show and there's some new things I'm bringing to the stage. So I want to get some more behind the scenes content. It is difficult too because, we had our daughter there, so I wasn't going to try to like do like some selfies, where she was trying to get situated in the hotel room and stuff. So maybe I'll approach it a little bit different this time, but I'm not sure. They will be coming to the room after the show. But I'm going to do what I can. Maybe I'll do it at the venue. But anyway, it doesn't matter. That's the content thing. So it's been a little over 2 weeks since I've been self-coaching, and my weight trends, before peak week for the pro debut, I was 111s, 110s, 111. And now I am mid 107s to 109. Ovulation's a factor, so that's definitely a component. And I have to consider that now because it can skew my data for me to do the peaking process. So I should be finishing that up over the next couple of days. But that is why my weight trends have been at 109. And I have to remember that and be very, very honest with that data, because I don't want to look flat. So I've been looking on point. Yesterday, post-workout was really on point. And then today I started noticing I am getting a little flatter, which is fine. It's perfect timing because it's Tuesday and the competition's on Sunday. So I have 5 days to regroup, fill out slowly, and that's the plan. So my baseline carbohydrates are at 185 every day, but I've been losing body fat through output. I increased my steps and I increased cardio. I am a girl that never really has to do too much cardio, so I did add cardio, and I love how I had it all set up. I feel really good about it. So I had 15 minutes of cardio post-workout every session, 6 days a week. One day I don't lift, so it was just cardio, 15 minutes. And my steps, I moved up 2,000 per day. And that was enough to elicit a great response where I am looking leaner, tighter, harder. And my weight, is a little higher than when I did get my pro card and when I did bikini. However, the muscle is more. I did pull up a picture. I'll have to put it here. 2024 bikini, which is the look they kind of hinted to me to shoot towards. The head judge for Girl Power, it was his show that I did in 2024. And I was like, so what do you like think of like me like trying to bring closer like that bikini level from 2024? And he's like, yeah, that might be a good look. And it's similar to my Universe look. I was very lean. I was actually harder at Universe when I got my pro card for Fit Model than I was in bikini. But I don't think that was because they actually told me to be a little fuller. So it was just, I was pushing it. And in that peak week, we had to drastically throw everything at that peak week. So because I was in a hole, I was literally in such a hole. So anyway, I am heavier. So I'm hoping it goes well, but I am flatter. I'm not full flat, but you know, on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the most flat, I'm probably like a 4. So nothing crazy, but I do want to taper things in slowly and taper things down slowly. So yesterday was my last day to push, but I did pull down my training length and intensity, which I did that as well on Sunday. So this week on Sunday, so 7 days out, my training intensity, I did pull down a little bit. So I pulled down the time and the intensity. And today, yesterday I did really good with that. And I have a cutoff time, you know, I did like 45 minutes yesterday. My training is usually 75 to 90. So I did 45 minutes. And then today for legs, I did 45 minutes, 50, if you want to count me messing around on Instagram. There's like about 5 minutes of messing around. And then I did 10 minutes of cardio instead of 15. And then my steps I pulled down significantly. I'm hoping to be just at 10,000 today. That includes like I wear my watch still for the step mill. So I pulled down that 50%. So my steps are down 50% and cardio is down, you know, 25, 30%. And then I did add a little bit of carbs today, not anything crazy. And there's a chance I just keep it the same tomorrow. I am going to be assessing this moment by moment, day by day. But I can tell I'm a little flat and I have some space to fill. So that's the goal. I am leaner, so I have got some space to fill out and not spill. I'm not going to be feeling nearly as aggressive as I did for Girl Power when I probably didn't really need to fill so much because I was already full-ish. But I was still a little fat in the stomach, so for competition. You guys got to remember, there's competition lean and then there's like gym lean, and you know, I had some space to go. And that's okay. And that's not on, you know, the nutrition coach's part at all. The spillage, the spillage problem when I saw it is my concern. But, you know, we thought they wanted to go for a fuller look. I know that a lot of girls, you know, kind of were off a little bit on the conditioning since they assumed, you know, from the earlier shows of the season, it was a little bit different. But it's been noted like, no, we really want tight, which makes sense to me. I just have to accept it. That's how I got my pro card. And I was kind of reassured. They said, Britt, we want to see you look like yourself. You look good that way. Some people look better, softer. We like you, you know, tight. So I'm like, okay, so we're doing tight. But it is a little mind game because my weight has been, you know, like I said, a little higher than it was. But I do know I was at, you know, 107.6 pre-ovulation. And then I had a little cold, like a little congestion, nothing crazy, and knocked that out, thank goodness. And we had our daughter's 5th birthday, so that was crazy and busy. This is all in a week, you guys. This is all in a week. And then I stepped on our mat out the front door when I had, you know, it was Mother's Day, and I was like, I don't want to go to the grocery store. A gift to me is get grocery delivery. Well, I stepped on something, and my foot has had this weird, like, I thought I've had something in my foot for like since Sunday. So I've soaked my foot a couple times. I skipped the pedicure today at the salon, and I said, I don't want my foot in anything. So they just changed the color and cut my nails, which was fine. So it's a little annoying, but it looks like skin, and it looks like it was just irritated or I had something in there and the skin is kind of there. So it'll be okay. It's fine. So anyway, I feel really confident with my peaking process. I've been looking good day to day. So now it's more of like holding that look. So that's where I am pulling down some activity and adding a little bit of food to make sure I'm not burning up those carbohydrates since I was in a deficit. I mean, I was really pushing. I'm not going to lie. It was a big push for a couple weeks. I had signed this contract before Girl Power for Pittsburgh. So I'm like, oh, we have to go do it. So I had no excuse. I had to just push, you guys. So I pushed. I'm happy with it. I believe I'm where I need to be for conditioning. So now it's just kind of filling those muscles back up. I had to get my waistline down, which I was successful in doing. So I'd say my waist looks where it needs to be today. So that's why I'm also going to be very careful with adding food. But I do believe by adding a little bit of food today on Tuesday, I'm able to check in tomorrow and see if there's any like good changes and responses to that, especially with the reduction in activity. So that's where I'm at. And I did mess around with a new posing routine, and I thought I was going to present that on stage. But as I got more conditioned, my lines were like crazy. And it was pushing a little bikini vibes. Shout out to Liz and Swan. You know, I was texting them this morning, and they were like, that's pushing it. I was like, oh, I thought it was cute. And they're like, well, it looks good, but you know, we're not bikinis, so it's fire though. I was like, you know, if Fit Model down the road, like maybe I could do it later. You know, who knows? Who knows what it's gonna happen? But anyway, I'm super excited to show you guys what I'm able to do. So I'm hoping to get more content. I am feeling more like myself, and that's the most important part. So my goal for Pittsburgh is to go in with the look I'm happy with, and feeling confident, feeling tight on stage, feeling full on stage and tight, and just, yeah, having that confidence back. Because when I was in like good shape and doing bikini, I was like, felt like I was on fire. Like I was able to slay the stage. You know, you're tight, you feel good. When you're puffy and sweating, and my body was going through a physiological disaster on stage, like you don't have that confidence, and you just want to hurry up and get off stage. So anyway, I'm excited to bring it, and I do appreciate all of your love and support. I'll blend in some fun stuff here, and you guys can check that out. And I will grab more content this upcoming weekend at Pittsburgh Pro. And then we'll roll into Miami Pro Masters, 40 plus and 35 plus. I'll be doing there, which is exciting. I did place at Girl Power 4th in 40 plus and 3rd in 35 plus, which, you know, I'm okay with. I actually am fine. I actually feel like that was slightly a gift. I did not look good. So I kind of joke around about it. I'm like, oh, at least I got like tiaras and roses. Well, we all got roses, but I got tiaras and medals. But I really didn't look the part. Like I was okay. I was okay. It was not, yeah. So I'm not like, ooh, guys, check out my trophies. The judges were spot on, you guys, spot on. And they were like, listen, Britt, we didn't know what else to do. We had to keep moving you out. You kept getting worse per moment. Like you just kept as the stage went along, you were on stage, you just kept getting worse and worse, like a pumpkin. That was the terms. I'm like, wow. So my goal for Miami is to get in front of some of the same judges in Miami, since it's in Florida, and they did post the panel. And I just want to get back on stage in front of them, and they see the difference. Like, this is actually me. Here I am. So I want to look like myself. And that's it. So thank you guys again for the support, and follow along here, and just make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment. I appreciate it. And I hope y'all can enjoy the next episode. Hopefully I'll get some more stuff for you guys. I can't believe it. One day out. So I took a little hiatus from filming this week. It's been a busy week, making sure that my clients are taken care of, making sure that everything was packed and ready. So I figured now's the time I could start vlogging. I feel a little more calm and cool now that everything's put together. So I just got here. It's a little afternoon, and the traffic was a little more than I wanted. I look a little tired. We'll be touching up my face here in a little bit. So I want to show you guys my space. So this is the room, and I've got a full kitchen, which now you guys have seen my style for staying in hotels. So this is super cute. And then we've got the bathroom. Nothing fancy, but whatever. But I want to go through, what I packed, because while I was packing, I was like, this would be great, but then I didn't want to stress myself out. So let's go over what I packed for the show weekend. Which is amazing. I've got guacamole. I've got 96 lean ground beef. That's what I eat. I don't eat fattier beef. I really prefer this one. Digest a little bit better. I eat that more at the end of the day. I used to eat it for lunch, but I've switched it recently. I've got a couple turkey patties. Some leftover avocado I didn't want to throw out yesterday. Some chicken breast cut up. Some pickles. Lots of rice. And hard-boiled eggs. So that's all my cold stuff. And I'll get in with the non-cold stuff. Is it the dry stuff? So I did pay for valet because it was like $5 more. And they had a cart, and I was like, you know what? I need the cart. I need as much help as I can. So anyway, it was nice because he got all my stuff. So I've got my salt. I've got my measuring spoons. I'm going to leave them in here so they're not on the counter. Alrighty. So when I travel, I really like to make sure that I have paper products. That way I don't have to do dishes. Obviously here has dishes and stuff. But I'm going to put them up where the dishes are, so I don't have to do dishes. I've got avocados in this bag. I am going to put them in the fridge because they last a little bit longer. I've got an energy drink for, I don't know when, probably Sunday. I didn't have one today because I haven't had one in like a week, just because I've had my pre-workout and like I didn't want to risk it. I've got 4 bananas. I've been having 2 bananas a day, so I'll put them up there. I've got almond butter packets. So put those up there. This is super cute. I'm not saying I'm not going to eat on this like other stuff, but you just don't want to run out. You don't want to run out of dishes. And then I'll have the tan on. I don't want to like wet my arms like washing dishes. I've got jelly and I've got honey because carbs. I've got rice cakes. I've got sanitizing wipes. That wasn't part of the food. I am keeping the bags because you could put like dirty clothes in them and stuff like that. So I've got apple cinnamon rice cakes and I've got plain. I'll probably put them up here. I brought paper towels because I didn't know if they had paper towels, but they do. You know what? So I'm going to keep them with my stuff and use what I paid for. I do have a couple potatoes in case I need more carbs. I don't know. Rather be safe than sorry. So I packed a lot of stuff. And I packed the rest of my peanut butter. There wasn't much in here. Finish that out. And I packed a lot of water. So I am a little extra. I don't like the plastic taste from like gallon jugs. Like I feel like I could just taste the plastic and there's no way. I'm not gonna drink enough water. So I do buy the Fiji. I brought my cream of rice, of course. I have that 1 to 2 times a day. I did bring a microwavable bowl because it cooks the cream of rice a lot easier. Put that up there. And I did bring Tupperware containers to put my food in to go to the show and to tanning later. So got more water. Hope it's enough. You know, hope it's enough. And then I brought a shaker cup. It should be enough because I do have one more bag of stuff. So let's see. I got 2 more bottles in another bag. You guys don't need to see that. And I did bring my creatine for women. I go to bed using calm magnesium, electrolyte EAAs, so I have those. And I'll show you guys what else I got in a minute. Okay, so I do want to show you guys a little bit more of these bags. So this is the cooler, and all of that stuff came out of this, which is pretty incredible. I did bring some silverware, you know, for the car ride. But yeah, it's pretty awesome. So many different compartments. What did I put in here? Nothing. Just want to make sure I don't forget anything. And then I just emptied this. This had like some random stuff in it, but this is my duffel, which I absolutely love. It was filled. So I just emptied it. It had like my makeup and some more water. And it also had another purse in there. So I do have my luxury backpack. I do have my hair extensions, some root cover-up spray, a comb, and I've got my lip colors and some face lotion in here, and my mascara for tomorrow. So I have this all ready for hair and makeup. So I'm gonna put that all in here so it's ready to go. Is that my daughter's sticker? I'm dying because my girls will know. Liz and Swan, it's not like zooming in, but this is P. It says P. It's not zooming in, but I'm dead. Yeah. I do have my other purse. I need to wash it, but this is my day-to-day purse. So I had all my, you know, my money and my keys in there. So, and my water, I do measure my water and keep it somewhere around 150, a little bit more, 160 fluid ounces a day. But yeah, I already unpacked, you know, my makeup and stuff, so that's in here. All right, so I do want to show you my show day bag. So this is the bag for backstage. I have a hoodie with my logo on it for my coaching. This is a black blanket. This is a blow up mattress. I have not done that yet, so we'll see how that goes. My shoes for the stage, my suit for the stage. And then in this pocket, I have my jewelry here. I do have some pump up snacks. I've got my headphones, and I do have my hand sanitizing wipes here. And then in this compartment, I've got cups, additional shoes, pump up bands, emergency kit, including scissors to cut, whatever. I've had this case for years. Oh, I should put it down. It's really hard to do when you're one-handed. Hold on. Okay. This is why I didn't vlog all week, you guys. It's dark. All right, so I have had this case forever, but I love it for my jewelry for the stage. So, ta-da! But it's cool because it has a mirror. I have no idea where I got it, so don't ask. But yeah, I've got all my jewelry. Some of this stuff is from Toxic. So I have no idea what I'm gonna wear yet, but I have it all. I have it all. So that's my bag. And I did bring my clicker that's already set up to my phone. I'll show you guys how that works. And I did bring my food scale. Forgot to show you guys that part. All right, last but not least, is my big bag. So I brought extra tanning stuff and I threw it in here. So we'll take that out and you can smell it. Do you have my suit that I'm doing my check-ins in? I've been wearing this one because it's not, I didn't re-clean it. I've been cleaning, I've cleaned the ones that I'm probably gonna wear. I am wearing blue, but I have a backup one just in case something happens. So I just got a set of heels. I don't know. go out after. Probably won't want to wear heels, but I have them. I do have cups because once you tan, it's much easier in a cup. That's my tip. Far better than a funnel. I do have toiletries in here, so I'm going to make sure to put those away. I do have hot iron tools, which I will bring my curling iron backstage, so I'll throw that in that bag for tomorrow. Actually, I should do that because I'm not going to be curling my hair today. I did wash my hair today, so I'll put that there. I did wash my hair today, and I don't want to put product in there. So I got some outfits. I've got some cruddy towels because you don't want to mess up your hotel towels. I do have my scale to weigh myself. It's a travel scale. My extra suit is here, so I'll probably put that there. And then I have lots and lots of black clothes and black sandals and black sheets in here. I do have these new things I got on TikTok. So you can sit on the toilet with these for number 2. So it drapes down. It's silk. I did wash them. So you guys, that way if you have to go number 2, you can sit down because it won't stick to your butt. So I did purchase those. They were like 20 bucks. I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it at all. And then I did get some shower caps, a package of like 30 for like $3. So that will be good for like the tan, but whatever. Yeah, and my sheets are in here. So that's my packing, and I'll update you guys in a little bit. I'll have my check-in set up soon, and I'm gonna check in because it's 1 o'clock, I think. So we'll see how I'm looking with some food in. Yeah, it's 1 o'clock, so I better set that up and show Coach how I'm looking with the carbs. So filling out. To talk about that in a little bit. Maybe I'm gonna try to open up. So slowly pull the ball chain or use wall mounted. I would say be All right, it looks like I'm running a little behind, so I am going to make my usual cream of rice with whey isolate, almond butter, and no fruit today, no fruit for breakfast. I have written a meal plan like yesterday. It's just pretty much what I eat every day, but I'm trying to be super consistent with my intake of things. Just to keep that balance of fluids in my body. So I'm very specific about things, which I'll get into another time, but I want to make sure that I'm nailing it. So, I gotta get the cream of rice. I did put my waist trainer on. I'm gonna get some steps in this morning. I might drop her off, my daughter off, and go walk elsewhere today instead of in our area. So I'm trying to get ready. So I am out of my coconut cream of rice, which is my favorite. So I'm gonna have to deal with salted caramel. I don't even think it's gonna be here until Monday or something, which is frustrating. So, all right, so I need, let's see, saved. So I saved all of my meals in my app, which is great. So I just pulled them right back in, and I give myself leeway for carbohydrates. So I can play around with the fruit choices that I eat. Oh man, it pulled, whoops, screwed that up. That's okay. I'll have to reset it. It all went under breakfast, but that's fine. So I need 55 grams of cream of rice. And I'm gonna put some water in it. Yeah, I'm feeling good with my check-in. I am on time, I think. On time with where I need to be. Yeah, I have 11 days. I'm taking it day by day because I literally had to rip off like a bunch of fat and work on pulling some water off of me and looking full at the same time. So that's what I've been doing, and it's working. I'm aiming for my 2024 bikini look because I was never big enough for bikini. And when the division came out, they knew me from 2024 bikini, and that's what I looked like. And they were like, it's perfect for you. And then when I did Universe, I was bikini lean. So I have committed to the fact that, yeah, I'm just gonna have to be conditioned. They don't want to see me not conditioned, I've realized, and that's okay. And also not spilled over. So anyway, doing my drink real quick. But yeah, I gotta get my daughter to school, so if you guys have been following me, my drink is apple cider vinegar. Okay, this is a crappy knife. Apple cider vinegar, aloe, lemon, and glutamine. So we got the apple cider vinegar, we've got the aloe. I do 30. But yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm minus this crunchy voice that I got going on. Always, always check your cream of rice so it doesn't spill over. So I do 30 of the aloe, 15 ml of the apple cider vinegar, and a small lemon or a half a lemon, you know, whatever. And then I do 5 grams of glutamine. Perfect. This is what my mornings look like running around, getting my daughter to school. So I'm gonna quickly change her. And like, look how much better my shoulders look and stuff. It's crazy. I was just flat for like 3 weeks. With all the carbs, I was still just flat, and I just made some changes and feeling back to myself, minus this freaking throat, voice, whatever I got going on. All right. Maybe this will be good for it. All right, so that was the 5 grams of glutamine. You guys can get that at Nutrex Research. Pop it in. And Nutrex Research weight isolate. I believe I do 40 grams. I'm gonna have to reset this stupid thing. I messed this up. 32 grams. But I gotta start eating because I'm laughing because normally I eat like less on a rest day, but I'm not changing it today. I was going to, but I'm not going to because
Last week it worked well not, and Saturday I will, but I don't want to today because I made some variable changes in something else, and I don't want to add too many changes in like 2 days, so I'm just going to keep it at 185. I'm going to be pretty active today. Walking, I still got to get my regular cardio in today, and posing, so it's fine. Saturday I'll do my lower day because everything should be pretty consistent. So we got 17 grams of nut butter. Someone asked me, what nut butter do you use? I do get the sweetened ones. That's my one thing that keeps me going. I don't eat off plan. I don't eat off plan. I just don't. I don't eat snacks and stuff, and I'm good with it. Like, I'm happy. I'm content. I'm not hungry. I mean, I was hungry when I woke up, but I'm not like, I need to eat all these things, so. Now, that was 18 grams instead of 17. So I'm going to change it. And looks like my salt. So I can eat this in the car when I'm bringing my daughter. That's it. Nothing too cute, nothing too fancy. We've got cream of rice, almond butter, whey isolate, salt. So, meal one, and today is a rest day, so I do an energy drink. And it's gonna probably be my last one till Pittsburgh, so. An energy drink. I will have some EAAs with creatine in a moment. But I'm making my meal 105 grams of banana and 3 hard-boiled eggs. What's cool is my meals are gonna be super easy to travel with because I can order eggs, and I can order bananas, and I can order canned tuna. I can order potato. All I have to do is just bring some cooked protein, which is turkey, chicken, and then whey isolate, and rice. Cooked rice. So, yeah. Feeling good. Walk was good. Right now my steps are at 12,000. I bumped it from 10,000, which is my maintenance. 10,000 is my maintenance off season. So I got the steps in. I'm going to eat while working. I have a bunch of check-ins to get to, and I have a posing client, and then finish some check-ins. We have rice made, so that's good. So I've got my meal ready. Probably eat that in a couple hours. I'm at a consistent 5 meals a day right now. Like I said, I made the meal plan just so I don't have to think so much on this prepping myself thing. And I'm like confident with my meal plan. I put some side-by-sides together of how I look right now compared to last season as a fit model athlete. So my first pro qualifier, Junior USA, I'll put here. My second pro qualifier, getting my pro card, Universe, here. My pro debut 11 days ago here. So a day out from that. And then today, going to Pittsburgh. So I'm sorry, I've like tried how many days? Whatever days, 11 days, 12 days, 11 days. It's on a Sunday, so it's throwing me off. So anyway, I'm very excited about it. I like the changes. It's been confirmed to just bring 2024 bikini looks. So that's what I'm just bringing. That's the goal. So anyway, gonna eat. I'm gonna mix up my EAAs because I do feel a little dehydrated. I did get a box of new supplements, so I will open that in a little bit. So probably gonna record it. So yeah. Get some water, because I think after the walk, I was outside in the sun for a while. Hopefully I don't get any freaking tan lines. It was very nice. I was able to kind of get some outdoor time. It's relaxing for me. I love living in Florida. It gives me a good vibe. And I like to work in our lanai, which is like an outdoor space, because it kind of like relaxes me while I'm working. I feel like I could focus really good. I like listening to the birds, and yeah. So this is EAA plus hydration. This is the Maui Twist. I was gonna say Miami Vice. They have a Miami Vice flavor. Maui Twist flavor. I do have the grape in my box, but I'm gonna open that in a little bit. And then I have the creatine for women. I do 5 grams of creatine a day. My pre-workout has 3. So I do usually a half a scoop of creatine when I have my pre-workout, but today no pre-workout. So I did a full scoop of the Nutrex Research creatine for women. Okay. So I'm gonna rehydrate, which is fantastic, and eat and work. And then I'll share with you guys in a couple hours what my next meal is. All right, so I just got out of the shower. I got home. After I had lunch, I did my client work, posing client, posed myself for 15 minutes, came up with a new routine, which you guys will see at Pittsburgh. I'm actually not posting it. I'm gonna have some fun. And I'm putting my meal here. So I saved my meals. So this is meal 3. So I'm putting that under my lunch. I'm gonna make this really, really fast, and then I've gotta go and pick up our daughter. So, and fill up my water. I literally have like a couple minutes. My days are so back to back. So really like that I have this meal plan now. So it is chicken. It's chicken, rice, cucumber, tomato, salsa, guacamole, and just gonna make it really, really fast. So I did an incline walk in the hot garage. It is like 90 degrees in the garage, I'm sure. So I had 15 minutes of that. I already got my steps in this morning. So got my posing in. And the new routine I am so happy with. I didn't like my pivot I was doing. It was giving me anxiety. And I'm like, if I bust my butt on the stage, I'm going to be probably very upset. So I'm not pivoting on stage. I changed my mind. You just never know what flooring you're going to be on. Ugh. So it's 125 grams of rice. You guys, I literally have like 2 minutes. Oh, I should have grabbed some asparagus. Made the chicken already. It's 2.5 ounces. I'm gonna eat it in the car. It's 2.6. I'll survive. So I'm gonna heat this up. I'm going to, while that heats up, I'm going to fill up my water. So I drink 2.5 of these a day, plus 2 shaker cups, plus 2 glasses of water, and that includes my digestive drink. Oh my gosh, I gotta go. And a half a teacup of water for a magnesium drink before bed. So lots of fluids. But I do live in Florida. A lot of people have asked me, like, why do you know you need more sodium? Because I drink a lot of water, because I live in a humid environment, and my body just functions better. Like, I hadn't had a pump forever, and I just need to track my sodium. I just need to have sodium, so I feel better. So I've got that. The key is to have things prepared. So I should have grabbed, I already went to the grocery store. Should have grabbed asparagus. I'm literally eating like all the same things. And it's so funny because I had a lower protein diet with my nutrition coach. My nutrition's a little higher now. I'm like, I'm eating so much protein. It's really not even that much. It's like between 125 and 130. And I'm like, I feel like I'm just flying through protein. I have to go to the store like every 3 days. Oh my gosh, I gotta go, you guys. But so yeah, I'm going to do the tomato, cucumber. I'll adjust the size portions there. My chicken and rice is definitely hot. I eat guacamole packets, and I will salt this per what I have in my app written down. And I'll show you the guacamole that I like. And we got the salsa, guacamole. These are my favorite. So I have 3 packs of this. Super easy, like I told you guys, super easy to travel with. I do look like a little onion, but maybe not today. Okay, so I'm gonna go, and that's meal 3, and it's 3 o'clock. All right, so it's like 5 o'clock. This is meal 4, 5, and it's a can of tuna. Let's see. I'm gonna make some adjustments. So I have the meal saved, but I do make like the adjustments of the portions slightly, depending on what it is. I swear. And the pickles. I swear I have an avocado already cut, but that works. I'm like, I swear I got avocado. So I already cut this yesterday. I guess the key is to leave the little seed in. Oh my gosh, I am so tired, you guys. I feel like I can't even talk. Like half this full day of eating, I sound like an idiot. I'm so like out of it, man. I did not sleep well last night. Fail. I did get distilled water from my humidifier. I wonder if it's just allergies. I was reading that we've got some allergens in the area. Oh, I'm gonna have to clean the counter. 35 grams. Oh, nice. And I got some text messages. Okay, so a pickle. And now I can have some fruit with this. And God bless. My daughter's sneezing too, so I get something in the air. So I don't have any other symptoms except for a little froggy throat. Okay. So I have 105 grams of pineapple, and I've got room for raspberries, and I've got some cherries in the fridge. So I do have fruit at this meal for my carbs. Just keeps things going. So rinse these off. So I looked pretty good at after meal 2, which is great to know for competition. Yesterday I looked good after meal 2 as well. So just kind of keeping those notes. I will assess that a little bit more on peak week, but it's good to kind of have that in mind now, especially because next week I'll be ovulating, which can throw the look off. So 47. And pineapple was BOGO at Publix, so I love already cut pineapple. It was way too much. Perfect. Same as yesterday. And some cherries. I don't know what it is. All right. And yes, I measured with the stems. I measured with the stems and the the stems and the seeds. All right. Because I put like 5 grams over because of that. All right, so this is meal 4. All right, I realized I cut my head off on the last one. So it's 7:30 and I have meal 5. I have the Jenny O ground turkey burger patty, which I do have ground turkey cooked too. That's 99 lean, but I've got like 2 patties left. And to be honest, I'll probably make these for the competition now that I got this meal set. But over the next few days, I'll just alternate it back and make some fluctuations there. It's not a big deal. All right, so I am going, because I'm not going to waste what I've already made. So I've already made a baked potato, which is going to be super good for travel. Probably going to look ahead and make sure they have microwave baked potatoes places. Justin said they do. Because I want to try to travel with the least amount of food that I can, because a lot of the foods that I have, I can buy there. Like hard-boiled eggs, tuna packets. I was like, oh, do I do canned tuna? And I'm like, well, I won't have a can opener. So I'm just going to keep it super, super simple. So I'm going to heat up the asparagus and the turkey patty. And with that, I'm going to have 3 grams of butter. No salt because I wanted half a thing of ketchup, half a serving. And that brings me up to my sodium that I'm at. So I'm at 3,250 milligrams of sodium per day. And I had told y'all how much water I drink. So finishing that up, I'm gonna put my potato on. I have been packing, which is easy because I literally took all the clothes that I had from Orlando and they were still like all over the place after I washed them. And we have cleaners coming tomorrow, so I had to like pre-clean for the cleaners. So that's all set. I'm like 75% packed. So today is Wednesday. The goal is to be packed Friday, which is like 6 days in advance because I don't leave till Thursday. But I just want like I'll put my supplements in like little bags and put them in the bag. I'll do, some gym clothes just for movement stuff, like in case I need to do that, like underwear. I have all black clothes, so I'll just wear that throughout the whole weekend. I don't even care. So pretty much packed. The only thing that it won't be packed is like obviously food sources, my shoes, additional suit for backup. So I'm gonna make this, and that's a wrap for my full day of eating.